Shalom. This is your brother Barawan giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bakar, Badash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. The God which the scriptures speak of, and Yahweh Shai is only begotten son which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And the Rakah, that is the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone no well. Pushing 100% truth of the gospel to open us to wake up and to seal the elect of the nation of Israel. Salutation to you, sincere Akimad, that are pushing this gospel in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. Alright, so what we're going to go into today is, definitely this video will be a man of war, because we know if you're in this truth, we know that our power, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is a man of war. That's why the scriptures call him Yahweh of hosts. The Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, because he's a power that commands armies. He's a warlike power. He's a demon-like power, as the Gentiles knew him as. You know, this is on in the Christian church. How you believe that it's some kind of benevolent fruitcake God that cannot that could not that could not hurt the hair on the head of a single fly. But here in this truth you understand that our power that our power commands great armies. It commands many. It commands soldiers and troops and infantry. It's like, let me just that basically he is a man of war. That he's a man that is focused on the one that is a power that is what that is a power that is primarily focused on wars, on creating on wars and on weapons of this and destruction, you know. So this is the first scripture I have here. This is the book of Second Samuel chapter 23, and I think I'll start reading from 33. Second Samuel 22. I think I'll start reading from 33. So this is the book of Second Samuel chapter 22, verse 33. Power is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. I know it's the most that has given the spirit of men to create, to put the spirit of war in men. He put the spirit, they give that spirit to men to be, to wage war on each other, and he give that spirit of Esau, to live by his sword, to he gave that spirit or to Esau, so that he would be, a sword. He would be so that his talent would be to his sword, to make war and to live through making war. That, and again, like the scripture goes in Revelation chapter 4. Power was given to that red horse. And it was the most that gave that red horse that power, to slay, or to slay. Let me just go to this. So I'll not butcher the scripture. Into Revelation chapter 6 verse. So this is the book of Revelation chapter 6 verse 4, and it reads, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword." And that I went into the spirit of this writers is speaking of Esau, and the Most High is the one that gave Esau that power to that power to take peace from the earth, and that power to kill, that warlike spirit, to wage war upon the earth and all the inhabitants of the earth, to take away the peace of the earth, you know. And that not just the most, not just our power Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, even his son is even his son is a man of war. And I'll get that precept as well. I think it's in the book of Revelation chapter 19. Because when you're in these churches, they don't know what they are speaking of. All these Christians, all these Christians that call themselves, children of God, calling on they're calling on God and Jesus Christ. Even though these Israelite camps are doing the same thing, calling on God and Jesus Christ, they won't teach you the true nature of our power. They won't teach you the true nature of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is primary, which is, as the scripture says, he is a man of war. So this is the book of Revelation chapter 19 verse 11, and it reads, "And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. You know, because the Most High is about to wage a great war upon this earth, upon the earth. During the time of his during the coming back, during the time in which Hawashai comes back. They always tell you about how that there will be basically World War III, in which all the nations will fight against each other, and then during the middle of that conflict, Hawashai will come back down, and then have to fight again, and then they'll have to fight against him, and they will lose that battle. Speaking of the wars in heaven, which is basically the angelic air force versus Esau and the other nations air force. Basically those chariots, those UFOs, those IAPs as Esau calls them, against you know him and Esau and his own air force, which will be completely wiped out. And also the ground forces. The scriptures even speak about it. The war in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Let me go to that. Let me use another term. So like, let me try and get that precept. The Valley of Jehovah. Let me just use this Jehovah. Okay, yeah, it is. This is the book of Joel chapter 3, verse. Then I'll start from verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And this is speaking on all the nations, because all the nations have a part in scattering us the Hebrew Israelites, which is you Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, and also all the nations had a part in parting your land. This is speaking on the Balfour Declaration, which was made by Esau and these other nations in order to keep the heritage of Israel a secret from our from our people. And this reminds me of something I was thinking about. Is there such a thing as a peaceful war? Because just being in this truth alone, in fact, is declaring yourself and just declaring yourself an Israelite is a declaration of war against this world. You know what the scriptures say? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Because even the scriptures admit that right now, just being in this truth alone is a war. Just having this spirit of just having the spirit to call upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushai means that you are basically fighting a war. You are basically being thrust into this war, which is not physical but actually spiritual. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10, and I'll start from verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, meaning that we do not go after the things of the flesh, meaning that we will not we will not risk life for limb for anything concerning the flesh, because everything that we're looking for, even our rewards, everything that we're looking for is all in the spirit. It's all through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, but it's also in the spirit, meaning that it's not in this world, because it's in the world to come, the spiritual world. The sacrament is in the world to come, meaning that all the things that we look for are spiritual. Let me just read it here. And I continue from verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself and against the knowledge of power, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. That's what we're trying to do in this truth right now. We're trying to bring that's what they're trying to do in this truth right now. That's why we reprove and rebuke, because anything that does not involve anything that does not associate itself or does not involve the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or that does not obey the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we cast it away. We as scripture say, we eschew it, we abhor it. That means to avoid it. That's why we focus. Our focus in this truth is teaching the gospel of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's why our focus in this world is doing all the things that would please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because that is the only thing that matters. That's why you see that we war against this world, because just see that, you know that, I think that is in the book of John chapter 7 or 5. You know that the world, though the world hated, you know that he hated me first, and that the world hated Yahushua because he testified that the works of it are evil. I know we do the same thing here, right here. We testify that the works of this world is evil. So the world hates us for that, because we are calling out their wickedness, calling out their hypocrisy, calling out all the shit, all the dumb shit that that they are doing. When they think that nobody can see them, the men of the Lord, their prophets, call it out. That's why they hate, hate us, because they hated him that, let me just go to that in Amos 5, and in Amos chapter 5. Because even the scriptures tell you, they hated him that speaketh uprightly. So it's the book of Amos chapter 5 verse 10, and it reads, they hate him that rebuketh in the gates, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. you know because anybody that is upright in this world, anybody that does not conform to this devil's madness, they basically see him as the enemy, and they wage war against that person to bring that person down, to try to take away the Holy Spirit from that person. But through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we keep preserving, we keep pushing, we keep fighting in this spiritual war. And without, through the Spirit, that is an edifying lesson. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Shalom.